All right, welcome back. This is Nagy on Sports. I'm Phil Nagy. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much to my subscribers. It's awesome to see you guys showing up and watching, and clearly there is a need for some football. And so I'm super grateful for you all for watching these broadcasts, and I'm having a blast making them. And so we're definitely committed to finishing the season here, trying to get one out every day or so. But man, what a difference a win makes. Feels so much better after winning last week in Cleveland against the Redskins. Food tastes better. The sky was more blue. And everything's better after a win, of course. So we're on to week 4 here in beautiful Dallas. The house that Jerry built, $1.3 billion, 111,000 people. And the Browns are going to come in here and try to play spoiler alert for all of them. As you can see, the stats going by from the previous 3 weeks of the season. Again, much nicer to get some touchdowns on the board there, especially for the offense. So there's the depth chart that I've been using. We'll continue to use that over the course of the year. And then today's keys of the game. For Cleveland, you got to ride the momentum with that capital O. Got to get that offense continuing to roll. Had a much better game last week. Let's keep it up. And they need to limit Zeke. Obviously, the focal point of the offense. I know Dak has his supporters, and that's fine. But this offense, similar to the Browns, really starts and ends with the running game. And so if the Browns can limit Zeke Elliott, keep him under 100 yards, limit his touches, certainly limit his touchdowns, I think the Browns will have a good chance. For Dallas, it's all about balance. Again, same thing. Get Zeke established so that Dak can work off that play-action pass and hit some of those young receivers. CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and the other talented weapons that they have. And then on defense, they got to get after Baker. We've seen especially middle A-gap pressure, specifically on Wyatt Teller's side, is the way to fluster this team. Geno Atkins, remember, had 5 sacks earlier in a game just alone by himself. So protect Baker or get after Baker in this case for Dallas. So without further ado, let's head to Dallas. All right, and again, welcome. It is Nagy on Sports. We are in Dallas, Texas, and it's time to get this game cranking. As you can see here, I always start in the first-person view just to make sure all the settings are good to go. So after Cybert kicks it away, it will switch back. We will be in full spectate mode. Tony Pollard from his goal line. He's going to take the kick. And he is going to get tackled right away there by Sheldrick Redwine. So here we are, Browns off that win last week against the Redskins, 1-2 coming into Dallas. Dak under center to start the game. That very talented offensive line. He's going to give to Zeke off the right side. Zeke's got a room. He's got one missed tackle pass. Goodson, he's got a second man, and there's Sendejo. Sendejo, who likes to miss tackles a lot there. Great first run of the day for Zeke Elliott off the right side, as you heard in the keys to the game. Stopping Zeke is important for the Browns. Getting Zeke going is important for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 all the way up to the 43. Dak under center. He's going to give to Zeke again. Zeke cuts to the left side. He's got room again. He's going to get about 7 off to that left side as they cross midfield. We'll call it 8. 2nd and 2 upcoming. So again, like most superstitious Browns fans, I didn't change anything from my process last week because they won. So I simmed it, went away, did something else, came back just to see the end because I had to export everything, and now I will call it. So everything you're seeing, hey, nice tackle there in the backfield. It's Greedy Williams and Olivier Vernon. So everything that you're seeing here for the first time, I'm seeing for the first time. So hopefully my reactions will be a little bit more natural. And again, I might be a little bit slower on looking up player information. So just bear with me, but I think it's more fun this way. You guys have had a lot of good feedback about that, so we'll try it again this week. Dak back to pass on a 3rd and 4. He's got time. He's got time. He's going to fire deep right side, and it's out of bounds. Deep right side. Looked like it was over the head of CeeDee Lamb, their first draft pick this year. Very talented receiver out of Oklahoma. And the Browns are going to force a punt on their first drive. Great defensive stand there after 2 nice Ezekiel Elliott runs to start the game. Big left-footed boot. Another battle of left-footed punters here. And that ball goes out of bounds at the 27. So not exactly, especially because they were at the 50, not exactly the best punt there under the circumstances by Chris Jones, that left-footed punter from good old Carson Newman College. All right, Baker in the shotgun. He's got 3 wide receivers split out to the right, 1 far to the left. They're going to give it to Chubb. He's tackled immediately in the backfield by Sean Lee. This Dallas defense has some strength at various points, and one of those points has to be the linebackers. Jalen Smith, Sean Lee are both very, very talented players, and of course Leighton Vander Esch as well. Marcus Lawrence there lined up against Jack Conklin. He's got time. Baker over the left side, and it's caught. Great play. Toe-tapping Jarvis Landry. 13 yards and a Brown first down. That play took a long time to develop, but Baker had a big throw, and Jarvis just tiptoes to get both of those feet in. That's a first down, and the Browns are across the 50 now. Oh, nope, not quite. Wrong 40. Look at the arrow, silly. Delayed handoff to Chubb. He's got room on the left side. He's going to go up near the midfield. He's got a first down. Great broken tackle of Sean Lee. And he falls across the 50 for a Browns first down. Daryl Worley was the one who eventually brought him down. But great running early out of Chubb, and that's going to be so important. Daryl Worley, that cornerback from West Virginia. Faked to Chubb, a little bit of a roll left, fires it, falling right. It's Jarvis, he's got it at the 30, 10, 5, touchdown Browns! What an early strike here. What a great play. Jarvis Landry from his slot position on the right side. Baker bought time, fired a strike. The cornerback Worley went for the pick, and Jarvis just beat him and had an easy scamper for a score. Browns take the lead here, 11:07 in the first quarter. Seibert knocks in the extra point, and the Browns have the lead, 7-0. That offense continues to look sharp coming off of last week's win against the Redskins. So remember, these breaks here between scores and kickoffs are always a little bit long. Great opportunity here for me to do some completely unashamed product placement. So if you've got something you want me to talk about, I'm going to try to get through some of my favorite Browns blogs and Browns beat writers and different things like that over the course of the season. We've shouted out the guy who made the rosters for me. So get those things sent to me. My email pops up randomly through, but it's pnagsports@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter @NagyOnSports. And let me know what's going on. Be happy to talk about you. Seibert to kick it away. Bangs the ball down the field. Pollard's going to take it from his 2-yard line. He gets up to the 20. He's down to the 24, and then he's going to be taken down right away. Taywan Taylor and Jermaine Grace there on special teams coverage. So what a nice play. What a nice drive there. A couple of nice passes to Landry. A couple of nice runs by Chubb. And it ends with 7 points, much needed, because I think the Browns are built to play from the lead. Dak out of the shotgun. He's going to give it to Elliott. He's got room off the left side as he went with that inside zone run, and he's already at 31 yards on his 4th carry. Nice play there. Ezekiel Elliott, of course, no stranger to Browns fans who also root for Ohio State, as he was a pretty incredible player, and including a very famous play in this stadium, 85 yards through the heart of the South, when they beat Alabama on their way to the national championship that year. Mack Wilson meets him, slows him down long enough for Sheldon Richardson to finish the play. Zeke's going to get 1. So nice play by Mack Wilson to slow him down enough in the hole until his teammates could get there and join. So it's been our first look here at this Mike McCarthy team, again back after a couple of years away from the game, living in his garage or whatever, watching a bunch of film, making that documentary. So he was good enough for a sleepover at Jerry's house, and that got him the gig. And that's going to be a loss of 2 off the right side. Great play there by Myles Garrett and company. And the Cowboys are going to have to punt again. So great start to the game for Cleveland. But Mike McCarthy comes in. He brings a lot of talent with him. Kellen Moore stays as the offensive coordinator. Mike Nolan, longtime coach, is the defensive coordinator. And John Fossil is the special teams coordinator. A lot of names that you recognize, former head coaches all over this staff. One connection, Adam Henry, who coached the receivers for Freddie Kitchens and some for Hugh Jackson, I think, as well. Also the college receiver coach for Jarvis and OBJ at LSU is here now in Dallas on Mike McCarthy's staff. So from the 3-yard line, great punt. Baker, he's got time. Zips it to the right side. It's caught again. This is Rashard Higgins. He gets some nice little space, and he is up across to the 15-yard line, and a Browns first down as they get themselves right out of the end zone quickly. Great little slant to the right side. Rashard Hollywood Higgins gets himself into the stat category. The Browns looking very good here early. Back to pass. He's going to fire right side. It's caught again by Landry. So Landry already with as many catches as he had all of last week, as he has been slow to get going here production-wise. And again, I don't think that's all his fault. It's just a product of what's been happening with the game plan, product of what's been happening with the protection, and certainly where they're at in terms of the game. Baker out of the shotgun. He's going to give to Chubb. Chubb right up the middle. He's got another first down. Great juke in the hole there. Nice juke on the safety, Clinton Dix. And he goes down, but not before he scampers down for a first down. Great little inside zone carry there. You see Treader blocking downfield. And finally taken down there by the defensive backfield. But nice little juke move there in the hole. Xavier Woods, the safety, was the one who came over to finish off the play. Baker again, same inside zone handoff. Chubb's got it. This time he runs into Sean Lee and spins around after losing his balance. Thrown down. It's going to be a gain just of 2 yards, but the Browns already over 100 yards of offense here halfway through the first quarter, and that's got to be a great sign there for not Kevin Stefanski's face, but I promise Kevin Stefanski's on the sideline. I use the Minnesota playbook. We try to keep it as realistic as possible here at Nagy on Sports. Baker, very delayed draw. Chubb, he's got some room. Nice little gain of about 4 yards there. Nick Chubb, it's going to bring up a third and very manageable here. Clock ticking away. We're under 6:20 already here in the first quarter. It's been an exciting one. Hey, not Mike McCarthy. Baker out of the shotgun. It is 3rd and 4. He's got Chubb on his left hip. Back to pass. He's got good time. He goes deep over the middle, and it's knocked away. Knocked away there by Sean Lee. The linebacker looked like he was going for Donovan Peoples-Jones, rookie receiver out of Michigan, who was in there in the inside spot on that 3 wide receivers to the right. And it looked like there was just a lot of traffic. And Sean Lee luckily just knocks it down. Baker saved from an interception. So Jamie Gillen coming in to try to flip the field. He has been very good to start this season, guys. Another great punt. He's going to drop it, and it bounces into the end zone. Just couldn't quite get down there fast enough. You could see Money Mitch was the closest guy to the ball. Just didn't quite have the backspin, and it goes into the end zone. So the Cowboys will take over on their own 20-yard line. Their offense has been fairly stagnant with the exception, of course, of Zeke Elliott. So double tight end, 2 wide receivers, split wide left and right. They're going to give it to Zeke again. He's through the hole. He's got a few yards, and then he's going to be ripped down by Mack Wilson, but not after 5 yards. So Zeke has started out strong in this game. Again, one of our keys to the game was for the Browns to try to contain him, keep him under 100 yards if at all possible, and he has started out very strong, nearly halfway there already. Dak out of the shotgun, surveying the field, no rush again. Dumps it off. This time it is Amari Cooper who is coming across on the shallow cross. Only going to pick up 4 yards, and it's going to be a 3rd and 1. So good coverage in the back end, but still not a great pass rush. That's a development we need to continue to look for, as the Browns have not generated. Ogunjobi's got like a couple of sacks, but that's pretty much it, as their defensive line has not created the pressure that they had hoped. 3rd and 1. They're going to go play action to Zeke. Zeke goes out left, and it's caught. And that's Blake Jarwin, the big tight end. Nice play there, a little play action pass that had everybody headed that way. And then Dak with an easy pitch and catch to 6'5", 260, Blake Jarwin out of Oklahoma State, who is now tight end number 1 with the retired Jason Witten. Then he came back, and now he has moved on again. Tackled from the back there. Sheldon Richardson tripped him up again, and Zeke is already up to 43 yards there on a 9-yard gain before the Browns could strip him down. Baker on the sideline, trying to find an opportunity to get back out in this game. He has started out pretty well, 4 of 5, throwing the football, including that touchdown to Jarvis. Dak with the hard count. He's going to play action to the right side. He's going to go deep down the right side. He's got a man, and it's knocked away by Denzel Ward. Denzel Ward, he was one-on-one with CeeDee Lamb down on that right side, deep in the end zone. Great play there by Denzel Ward. CeeDee Lamb is 6'2", 189. He's got good size, and he is very, very explosive down that right side, and they're looking forward to having him opposite of Amari Cooper with Michael Gallup splitting. There's a little option. Dak's going to keep it. He's going to get the first down and more. Fumbles the football. It's picked up by Olivier Vernon. Picked up by Olivier Vernon, and the Browns have the ball. Great play there. Of course, Vernon with that 86-yard touchdown scoop and score last week. Shades of that again, and then he trips up quickly. There's Chubb off the right side, and he's got room. He's up to the 48-yard line. Great run, Nick Chubb, and a Browns first down. So the Browns offense looking much better, continuing that trend that they had last week. Pound the football, good play action pass, and their defense has come up with another big turnover here to give them a short field. Baker under center from his 48. Clock ticking, 2:15 to go. They give Chubb left side, and he is hit very quickly there in the hole. Big defensive lineman Tyrone Crawford, 9th-year player out of Boise State. There's a good look at DeMarcus Lawrence. We haven't called his name yet, and that's a good thing. As far as I'm concerned, we cannot call his name. He's a dynamic pass rusher. So we want him to stay the heck away from our quarterback. Play action and right away. What did that was totally my fault. I totally jinxed it, guys. I'm so sorry. DeMarcus Lawrence right there. Just, hi, here you go. He didn't bite on the play action at all, and he and Sean Lee were going to meet Mayfield at the quarterback. But DeMarcus Lawrence, his first sack. So a third now and very long. Again, sorry, guys. That was totally me. I was talking about, oh, we haven't heard his name yet, and then immediately gets a sack. Baker with way too much time. Come on, get rid of the ball, Bakes. He throws it. Finally, it's picked off. It's picked off there by Daryl Worley, it looks like. Yes, Daryl Worley. Interception, and that is a horrible turn of events there for the Browns offense as they were driving so well in 2 negative plays in a row, and it's a short field. Dak takes off up the middle. He's going. He's got the first down. He's going to be taken down by Jacob Phillips at the 25. Dak Prescott now with 20 yards rushing of his own, and very quickly that momentum flipped. Browns were driving, and then it was that DeMarcus Lawrence sack, which again I'm taking complete responsibility for mentioning how he hadn't done anything already in that game. And then he has a sack, and then immediately on a 3rd and very long, Baker forces the ball. Worley picks it off across the middle. It's Michael Gallup. He's down to the 3-yard line, 4 we'll call it. And that's going to end the first quarter with the Cowboys down 7-0, but they are knocking on the door here after a great turnover by their defense, putting them in a very short field. The Cowboys are tough to defend in the red zone, and it has everything to do with Zeke Elliott and Dak's ability to run the ball if they need to. From the 4, they're going to give it to the fullback up the middle, and he is stopped at the 1-yard line. Olawale, I'm sorry. Olawale with a 3-yard gain down to the 1. That's Jamiz. He's a North Texas product, 6'1", 240, the fullback. And they give him the ball. Now out of the shotgun, 4 wide receivers out in the pattern. Actually, it looks like it's Barwin near side on the left. They give the ball inside to Zeke. Miles has got him. No, Miles drops him. Touchdown, Zeke Elliott. Miles Garrett had him in the backfield, and Zeke escaped that tackle. And just like that, we are going to be tied pending the extra point from Greg Zuerlein, new Cowboys kicker. There's a good look at Zeke Elliott as he crosses the goal line. So Greg the Leg Zuerlein in for the extra point after all those years with the Rams. And it is 7-7, freshly into the second quarter. Again, Browns, that was very self-inflicted there with that with that sack and then that interception. And then Myles Garrett had Zeke in the backfield, and Zeke just shook away from him. Myles couldn't bring him to the ground. And so we have a touchdown for the Cowboys. So even though they're getting ready to kick off the ball, there's a look at that very talented offensive line. Tyrone Smith, Connor Williams, Joe Looney is the new center. They drafted Tyler Biadasz from Wisconsin to eventually go there. Of course, Zach Martin and La'el Collins. Just a very, very talented offensive line. And so we'll see how the Browns can continue to pressure that today. Natson takes it at his 5-yard line. He's got a little bit of room. He's up to the 30. No, he cuts left, and he's going to not get to the 30. Interesting change of direction there. And he's off to the 28-yard line where the Browns will take over. Baker Mayfield and company, he had started out strong, and then 2 quick negative plays in a row with a sack and then an interception in back-to-back plays there. Double tight end to the right side. Actually, 3 tight ends in the game, and Beckham all the way far to the right. They're going to give it to Chubb. They're going to run left behind Njoku. Nice run there. They ran behind Jedrick Wills and Njoku, and Chubb looks very good so far here today. Tackled by the very good linebacker Sean Lee when healthy. Great look at that gigantic scoreboard video screen here at AT&T Stadium. Delayed play action, left side. It's caught by Hooper, and he's out of bounds, but he gets the first down, and that's all Austin Hooper does, folks. First down is catch those passes when he needs to do them. So nice job there by Baker, finding him. Maybe if he'd released it just a minute, like a second earlier, he would have been able to cut up the field, but he gets that much-needed first down, and the Browns are driving again here now on the 47. The give is to, no, it's going to be a play action again. Now they quickly go off to the left side to rookie Harrison Bryant. So nice little play action pass there, but Bryant is tripped up right away. He's actually going to get gain of no yards as that safety, Clinton Dix, who'd of course played with the Packers for so long, had some time with McCarthy, and now he is the safety here in Dallas. So nice play there by Clinton Dix. Always been a pretty talented player out of the University of Alabama. They go play action again to Chubb, rolling to the right. Baker's got time. He fires it. It's caught. It's caught again. Jarvis Landry, and he is having a heck of a first half. First down, Browns. Jarvis Landry with already his 4th catch for 88 yards here in the first half. Great play there, and he's tackled by Awuzie after that long pitch and catch. And the Browns are cooking with gas here. 32-yard line heading into the end zone, we hope. Baker back to pass, fires a short one across the middle. It's Landry again, and Landry picks up 3 this time as Juice is dialed in today. His 5th catch for 91 yards, and he had that touchdown. Jordan Lewis, cornerback from the University of Michigan, with the takedown. Baker in the shotgun again. Browns driving 2nd and 7. Baker back to pass, left side. He's got it. It's Beckham. He's got it in front of Worley, and it's another Browns first down and about a 12-yard comeback route there. Odell Beckham Jr., and it's a first down. So look at him just stop. That ball was in the air before Beckham even stopped his route. That's great awareness and recognition if it was a read or if it was just the play itself. Great throw. Now 5 wide out in the pattern. Baker completely alone in the backfield. Is going to go short over the middle to Hooper. He's down to the 3-yard line. Nice play there. No, excuse me, the 6-yard line. 3 yards past that first down. And that's the 2nd first down catch of this drive for Austin Hooper. And the Browns are looking great again here on offense. Up to the 6-yard line. Got to get points here in the red zone. No turnovers. Be smart with the football. Nothing less than 3 points here is acceptable in my opinion. Baker's got time off to the right side. It's caught by Peoples-Jones, and he is tackled right away. Maybe loses a yard. Yep, loses a yard there. Donovan Peoples-Jones quickly. It looked like maybe it was a wide receiver screen because there were offensive linemen coming over to help. But Peoples-Jones is knocked down very quickly. DeMarcus Lawrence, Jordan Lewis, and company over there on the tackle. 2nd and goal from the 7. Big fullback Andy Janovich comes in the game. Baker under center in the eye. Now they go, nope, they play action to Chubb. He's got time. He's got lots of time. He's got lots of time. Nobody throwing it. He's got lots of time, and he's just going to throw it away. Nobody was open in the end zone. They had that end zone locked down, and Baker wisely throws it away. That's not something that he does a lot. That gunslinger mentality, he's always going to try to squeeze it in there somewhere, but this one wisely, rather than taking a big sack, just throws it away outside of the left sideline. So goal line formation here on 3rd and goal from the 7. And they do go Chubb this time. He's up to the 2, and he's going to be knocked down there. Nice run by Chubb, but it's not going to be enough. That feels not as aggressive as it could have been. But that was the choice that Stefanski made here. Guarantee yourself the 3 points. Be smart, especially after the turnover ended the last drive. So Seibert comes in here for a very short little 19-yard field goal. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. So 10 points there, very important. Keep this momentum going. Drives that ends with kicks are always good ones, as someone once told me, whether those are punts, extra points, or field goals. Drives that end with kicks are successful. So the Browns with a great drive, lots of good catches. Beckham had one, Hooper had a couple, Landry had a couple. Mix in some solid Nick Chubb runs, and this offense is looking the way it is supposed to look now here. Finally here in week 4, the Kevin Stefanski offense that we've expected has sort of rounded into form. And again, we talked about it when they were struggling in those first couple weeks. You just wonder how much of it had to do with the pandemic and not being able to meet in person until the middle of the summer. How many valuable reps did they lose, and especially in the install of the offense? We'll obviously never know, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. That's just an excuse. Tackled down at the 27. That's Tony Pollard. And the Cowboys will take over now, down 10-7. 8:27 left in the second quarter here in Dallas. So Dak brings the offense back out. He's going to start out under center. He's got 3 wide receivers and Zeke Elliott behind him. Jarwin off the line to the left. They play action to Zeke, and then they go right away to Zeke on the right side. Made one man miss. That was Delpit, but then Mack Wilson makes a nice tackle before Zeke could really get loose. Of course, they like to use him in the passing game as well. He's just such a dynamically talented player. And but it gets stopped there by Mack Wilson. Nice tackle there by the Browns linebacker, who is playing some inspired football recently. All right, we got 3 tight ends in the game. They're all off to the right side. Super strong formation. And now he's going to bring one of them in motion there from right to left. They're going to give the ball to Zeke, and he's going to get stopped in the backfield. Great tackle there. B.J. Goodson stops Zeke Elliott for no gain, as they had that 3 tight end formation with Blake Bell, Dalton Schultz, of course, and then Jarwin. Blake Bell came in motion and then came back into the middle of the field to be a lead blocker, but B.J. Goodson rammed his way in there to stop him for no gain. It is 3rd and 10. Dak out of the shotgun. He's got the snap. He's got some time. He rolls. He's got some more time. He's going far right side, and it's caught by Jarwin. Caught by Jarwin for a big first down into Browns territory. Blake Jarwin there, tight end for the Cowboys. Big gainer there. And the Cowboys have a great play on a 3rd and long. You could see there was Ward, who was covering CeeDee Lamb, and then broke off the route to come and tackle Jarwin, who had beaten his linebacker. Zeke, he's tackled right away in the backfield. Myles Garrett, great play. That's a TFL, -2. Myles Garrett starting to come to life a little bit. Still hasn't recorded a sack. Trying to give him that juju that I gave Lawrence a little bit earlier. Left side, Zeke, and he's going to get taken down by Ogunjobi and Olivier Vernon. He's going to get those -2 yards back. And it's another 3rd and long for the Cowboys offense. And let's see what Joe Woods dials up on defense here. Out of the shotgun, Dak Prescott. He's alone with 4 wide receivers and a tight end in the pattern. He's got time. He's got time. He's going to go left side. It's going to be caught, but it's short. Tony Pollard caught the ball, but only got 2 yards. That looked like a check down for sure. Great coverage by the Browns secondary. And from the 42-yard line here, I'm going to guess that McCarthy is going to try to punt the football. This would be an exceptionally long field goal, and they are. Chris Jones in to punt the football. Spent some time with the Eagles, if I recall correctly. And he's going to coffin corner this one outside, right side. It's going to go out at the 13-yard line. Good little punt there, a little switch of field position. And the Browns come on, but the good news is that the Browns offense is warm right now for sure. Baker under center. He's got a tight end and a couple of receivers in the pattern. He gives it to Chubb right side, and Chubb runs into DeMarcus Lawrence, that all-pro defensive lineman. And Lawrence takes him to the ground after a gain of 3, but that's okay. That's an on-schedule play for the Browns. They've gotten themselves into trouble when they get into 3rd and very long, especially in those games where they were just getting sacked repeatedly. Again, I'm still having Geno Atkins nightmares and flashbacks about that Week 2 game. Play action, Baker, he's got tons of time. He's going to fire it deep left side. It's caught by Beckham. It's caught. No, it's Hooper. I'm so sorry. I thought it was Beckham. It is Austin Hooper. What a pitch and catch. Long pass. He had so much time. Look at that deep corner route. He gets both of his feet in. Great catch, Austin Hooper. And this free agent signing is proving to be very worthwhile so far early in this season for Andrew Berry and this front office. Now they give the ball to Chubb inside zone. He's got the first down, and then he is tagged down right away. Great inside run by Nick Chubb. Xavier Woods knocked him down, but not after a gain of 10 and a Browns first down. So they're continuing to roll again. Look at Treader pushing Jalen Smith all the way down. 10 yards of blocking. That's what you want from your center and one of your team leaders. Play action Chubb. A little roll to the right. Nice little pitch and catch there. It's David Njoku in that double tight end formation. A little play action boot to the right. Hit your tight end crossing him. David Njoku, very important catch there to get some of momentum for him. Under center now, Baker Mayfield. Jarvis is in that slot to the right. They're going to go Chubb left side. He's got room again. It's a first down. Nice run. There was just nobody over there. The Cowboys defense was set up to defend a play that was not that one. Great run there. See, good push from the line. Hooper just kind of pushes his defensive lineman out of the way, gets him to fall down. Look at that. Look at Crawford rolling on the ground. Great little block there, and the Browns are driving again as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Lots of positive things happening from the offense so far in this game, which is huge. That was our #1 key to the game for the Browns, was to ride the Mo, capital O, here today. So 2 minutes to go. They're at the 27. Baker in the shotgun. Back to pass, firing right side, and it's knocked away by Jalen Smith as he jumped the route in front of Donovan Peoples-Jones. So good defensive play by that linebacker out of Notre Dame. Remember, suffered that brutal injury. Cost him potentially millions of dollars in a draft pick status, had nerve damage in his foot. But he is back and he's playing at a high level now. Caught there again, Jarvis Landry, great play. Smith tackles him, it's just a gain of 7. But Jarvis Landry with his 6th catch, he's almost at 100 yards here. Again, just in the first half. So concerted effort clearly to get Jarvis involved. Saw something on tape that maybe he could attack that slot nickel defender when they go to 3 wide and Higgins comes in. Baker with time, look at Chubb, no! He's going to get sacked there by DeMarcus Lawrence. Again, I'm so sorry that I have awoken the demon there with Lawrence. That's his 2nd sack of the first half. I'm the one who said, we haven't heard from him yet, and he came in and got his sack right away, and now his 2nd sack, and then the Cowboys will call timeout. So 4th and 12. From the 29-yard line, so the Browns will attempt this 46-yard field goal. 46-yard field goal. And it's blocked! Oh, it's blocked, and it's picked up. Clinton Dix has got it, and I don't think anybody's going to catch him. 20, 35, 30, 25, 20, and he is just going to waltz into the end zone. Clinton Dix, a scoop and score off the blocked field goal there. Anthony Brown came around the edge, and Clinton Dix picked it up, and nobody was going to catch him. Of course, when you got max protected on a field goal, nobody faster than David Njoku on the field. Njoku was not going to catch him with that running start. So the Browns' critical second turnover, and it leads to 7 more points. So all 14 of the Cowboys' points have come off of Browns' turnovers, guys. Stop turning the ball over. Your offense is playing well. Your defense is playing well. Stop giving them free points. So a brutal momentum killer here at the end of the first half for the Browns. Taken at the 5, JoJo Natson, he's going to bring it up. He gets tackled right there at the 26-yard line. So minute 14, we'll see if the Browns decide to play conservative as they get the kick. In the second half. That's what I was trying to say. Baker under center, 3 wide receivers in the pattern. Chubb behind him in a single back. Back to pass, little 3-step drop. Oh my goodness, it is almost picked off again. Jalen Smith. Looked like he was going on a quick slant to the right side to Higgins, and Smith drops the interception. It hit him right in the hands. Whew. That was scary. The Browns just doing nothing but shooting themselves in the foot. Delayed handoff here on the inside, and then Smith closes the hole quickly, and Dallas decides to call a timeout. So they're content to continue to stay aggressive. Browns I think they really dropped the ball there. They should have either run the ball in the first play or gone with a slightly safer pass than Baker forcing it in on a quick slant across the middle. So now you got a conundrum. I would just hand the ball off, let Dallas use their last timeout, punt, and let Gillen flip the field for you. Get yourself into halftime as quickly as possible without any more damage. There it is, the handoff up the middle. There's Chubb. He's actually going to get the first down. Nice run by Nick Chubb. So it looks like the Browns will now call a timeout, saying, hey, we were just going to be content to let it run out as best we can, but now they're moving, and they're up to the 36-yard line, and now they've called a timeout. Maybe their offensive strategy changes to try to get some more points on the board. Nice run there by Nick Chubb. He's had a good first half, 80 yards rushing. And that's exactly what this offense needs. Again, the offense has been great. All the points for the Cowboys have come off of turnovers. Firing across the middle, and it's dropped by Rashard Higgins. He was open. He was open there in the middle of that zone. He just drops the football there. So that's not a good sign. We don't want the dropsies to show up here in Dallas. Well, or Cleveland, or anywhere they play for that matter. Bunch formation to the left for Baker. Fires it to the right side to Chubb, and he steps out of bounds. Gain of 2. And maybe we're back now into just handoff and get to halftime mode after 2 yards and 2 plays. But the clock is stopped. They didn't have to use that second timeout yet. And they're 5 wide. Baker alone in the backfield, so this is obviously going to be a pass. Lawrence off the left side. He beats Conklin. He's going to knock him down for his 3rd sack of the first half. Jack Conklin just got beat badly, and DeMarcus Lawrence with a little bit of a shiver to the face of Baker Mayfield, but no call on the play. 4th and 17. The Browns go backwards again, and they're going to punt the ball away. 49 seconds. Now the Cowboys did use their final timeout, so there will not be much extra time, but 49 seconds after this Gillen punt, Great punt down to the corner. Look at that thing die at the 5 and the 3-yard line. Jamie Gillen, another great punt, which just dies at the 3. 42 seconds and 97 yards to go if the Cowboys want to get some points on the board. Nice punt there by Jamie Gillen. He is turning into quite a weapon for this team. Power formation they're going to give to Olawale up the middle, and he's going to get 4 yards to get a little bit of breathing room. But again, the Cowboys do not have any more timeouts. We'll see if they're content to run another play or if they're just ready to get to halftime. 5 wide, looks like they may try to snap the ball again. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. He gets the ball off by Dak. Rolling, he's got time. He's going to fire the ball deep down the field. Knocked away. Greedy Williams had one-on-one coverage with Amari Cooper down there, and he had knocked away by Greedy Williams. Great play there to end the first half. And the Browns are down 14-10, but their offense has looked good. Their defense has looked good. They just need to not turn the football over here to try to steal this victory in a tough road environment. So we'll be back here in just a moment with the second half kick. All right, we're back here in the second half. Chris Jones kicks it away. JoJo Natson about 4 yards deep. He's going to bring it out. He's up to the 20, and he's taken down right there. Good tackle by Darian Thompson, I believe, cornerback from the Cowboys. There's a good look at him. It is Darian Thompson, 6'2" safety out of Boise State. So the Browns coming back out on offense. Played pretty well when they weren't turning them all over. There's Chubb left side. He's got a little bit of room before he's taken down. That was Leighton Vander Esch meeting him in the hole. Also Gerald McCoy. Gosh, I forgot Gerald McCoy came over to Dallas in the offseason as well. So much talent on that defensive line. Lawrence McCoy, Dontari Poe, Tyrone Crawford, and then, of course, those linebackers. 2nd and 9. Landry in a slot to the left. They're going play action. They're going play action. Watch out! And he's going to get sacked again. Jordan Lewis on the cornerback blitz there. That's the defensive back from Michigan. And he comes in off the left side. Crawford looked like he was going to have him as well, but Jordan Lewis corrals Baker Mayfield and takes him down to the ground. It's 3rd and 16 now. So that's not a great way to start, as already the Browns have given up their 4th sack of the game. Baker with lots of time. He's going to finally just check it down to Chubb, who's going to lose more yardage. That was a weird play there on that check down to Chubb. So Browns do nothing but go backwards here and squander this first drive of the second half. Gillen's going to punt from inside his end zone, as that's not a good way to start this second half if you're a Browns fan. Nice punt taken at the 30 and brought down right away. Jermaine Grace, 48, not 42. Tony Pollard doing the kick returning duties here today for Dallas. So Dak's going to come back out on the field. Again, he hasn't had to do much because the Browns gave them 7 points on the blocked field goal and then gave them an extremely short field on the interception earlier in the first half. And so here we are with a little bit of a lead. There's Zeke. He's up the middle. He's going to be tackled by Goodson and Garrett as Zeke tries to get going here with the lead. Dallas also plays better with the lead. Again, both of these teams are very run-first and then play-action pass-based teams. So it's kind of a battle of who can impose their will on the other one here at this point. Again, plenty of time and plenty of score to be caught up. Across the middle, little dump off. That's going to be Blake Bell, the tight end. Remember, he played some quarterback at Oklahoma, playing in short yard situations. He was kind of like a wildcat, but he was like a heavy wildcat because he is a big guy. Sorry, I wasn't saying that he was fat. I'm sorry, Blake Bell. If you're watching, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. But you are 6'6", 252. I think that qualifies you as a big guy. Zeke across the middle, and he's going to get across midfield, and he's going to get a Cowboys first down. Good block there. Look at Ogunjobi, kind of knocked him down, but that was because he was on his way to the ground after a pancake from left guard Connor Williams out of Texas. Played tackle at Texas. Here staying in his home state. Play action to Zeke now. Lots of time for Dak. Firing it deep, and it's caught. No, drop. No, almost caught again by Zeke Elliott. Looked like they were going for Jarwin. Goodson knocked the ball out of Jarwin's hands, and Zeke was right there and almost picked it up. I think he was looking more for how he could get around the falling down Jarwin, because he would have had a wide open run to the end zone. But instead, he can't pick up the ball, and it's just a very long and dramatic incompletion. 2nd and 10, they give the ball to Zeke. Left side, he's got a hole. He's got lots of room. He jukes to the outside before Greedy Williams brings him down. 15 carries now, 62 yards for Ezekiel Elliott, and it is a 3rd and short. Gosh, every time I see his face, it makes me angry on the inside. And I'm not an angry person, generally. They're going to give it to Zeke up the middle. He's going to get hit right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be dependent on the spot. They're going to give it to him short, 4th and inches now. Great play by Jacob Phillips to meet him and fill that hole. Great solid tackle, 4th and inches from the 35. Let's see if the Cowboys decide to go for it. They're going to settle for the field goal there. This is a good look at Andy Dalton, backup quarterback. And that's going to be a kick from 52 yards, and Zerline pounds it through. Greg the Leg, great kick there. He's always had plenty of leg. Clearly enjoyed this situation in Dallas. They don't even make him do kickoffs. He is just the place kicker exclusively. And he puts it through. So the Cowboys with a nice little drive after the Browns stalled hard on their first drive, and it is now 17-10. So again, nothing to worry about yet if you're a Browns fan. Nothing to worry about. There's still plenty of time. And it's not an insurmountable score, and it doesn't feel like it felt against the Bengals and Ravens when it was just like the Browns were completely inept and couldn't do anything. They've got a little bit of momentum at times. Chubb is running hard. Landry is highly involved in this game. And so far, I don't think we have anything to worry about, but we'll see what happens here. Obviously, still plenty of time. Kicked away by Jones. Natson's going to take it from the goal line. He's bringing it up right behind Janovich, and he's going to go down at the 23-yard line there. Tackled by 2 players, including Dalton Schultz, linebacker Joe Thomas, and then that defensive back there, number 37, Donovan Wilson, second-year safety out of Texas A&M. So Baker back under center, 3 wide receivers. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends in the game. Left side, and it's caught by Beckham. He's got a first down. What a catch there in front of Worley and Lewis. Great catch by Odell Beckham, his 2nd of the day. Exactly 10 yards. Look at that thing just stuck in there with Worley hanging on his back. Great pitch and great catch there. You can see that eye concentration from Odell Beckham. And they've got a first down on the 33-yard line. Turn around and give it to play action to Chubb. Right side, fires it down again. He's open. He is open. That's Jarvis Landry again. He is now over 100 yards receiving. Jarvis Landry, great play action pass. You can see him going along. Look at him finding that hole in the zone. Awuzi's the one who takes him down, but that's a huge gain and a first down as they're into Cowboys territory. Great play there by Baker Mayfield. Good play call, too. Good execution. Firing again. It's caught. It's caught again. It's Jarvis Landry, and they have found something here with Jarvis in the slot, folks. He has 8 catches for 140 yards and that touchdown. What a game so far for Jarvis Landry, and they have found something that Awuzie just cannot stay with him when he lines up with him on that slot. Well, they go play action to Chubb again. Right side, it's caught again. Down to the 3-yard line. Rashard Higgins. Great pass on the right side. Higgins with his 3rd catch of the game, I believe. Great play there. And Baker Mayfield has this offense down to the 3-yard line. Excuse me, just the 2nd catch for Higgins. We had the drop earlier. That was that 3rd target I was thinking of. Nick Chubb next to him in the shotgun from the 3. They give the ball to Chubb. Bang! Touchdown! Nick Chubb. Left side as he broke the tackle of both Jalen Smith and Justin March. What a play there, and the Browns are an extra point away from tying it up. How about that for a little truck stick? Bring me down, fools. I'm Nick Chubb. Great touchdown run there by Nick Chubb. It's actually, no, he got some maybe his first touchdowns of the year. I'm blanking out on the stats from a week ago. No, because they had 3 touchdown passes. That's his first touchdown of the year for Nick Chubb, and it's about dang time. 6:52 to go in the 3rd quarter of week 4. It's way too late for Nick Chubb to be getting in the end zone, but we will take it, and it ties the game 17-17. Back after this. Seibert kicks the ball away. 6:52. Pollard takes it from his 2. He's going to get up, and he's going to be struck down right away. Andy Janovich and Jermaine Grace combining on their 2nd special teams tackle of the game together. Good look at Tony Pollard there. He's the 2nd running back behind Zeke, of course. 6 feet, 209 pounds, out of Memphis. He's an explosive little player. Obviously, that's why they like him returning kicks. All right, 2 tight ends in the game. Dak under center. He's going to give to Zeke. Right up the middle. He's got a big hole, and Mack Wilson brings him down, but not before he gets 9.5 yards. And they're going to call it 2nd and inches as he just gashed right through the center of that Browns defense. And Zeke now over 100 yards rushing. And that was something that they wanted to focus on, was trying to keep him at bay. And so far, it's not worked with 1.25 left to go, and he's already over 100 yards. They give it to him again. He's through the hole. He's tackled by Delpit, and then company helps out. Delpit tripped him up originally. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not over 100 yards. I must have looked at another stat. He's only at 80. Good job, Browns. Bad job, Phil. I must have glanced at another stat there that popped up at the top of the screen and thought it was his rushing yards. Maybe it was total yards or something. I don't know. Dak out of the shotgun. Play action to Zeke. He's got time. He's got time. He's going to get, no, he gets rid of the ball as he was getting sacked. Jacob Phillips brings Zeke down, actually catches it for -2 yards. But nice play there. Sheldon Richardson was in the process of taking Zeke to the ground. Nice to get a little bit of pressure. We need some more of that from this defensive line. Sheldon Richardson right up the middle there. Zeke left side. This time he's not going to get through the hole, and it's Jacob Phillips again to fill on that side. So good 2 plays in a row by your defensive line, and then your linebacker coming to clean it up. That's exactly what this defense should look like for Joe Woods. We need more of that. We need more pressure, especially on plays like this. 3rd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Dak alone in the shotgun. He's got time. He's got plenty of time. Now finally, Richardson popped late, and that forced him to get rid of the ball, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. Great open field tackle there. Grant Delpit tackling Michael Gallup. And the Browns are going to force a punt here again. So nice play. Again, all it takes is a little bit of pressure, and it looked like maybe that was actually Ogunjobi from that defensive tackle spot who just broke the block and came in a little bit to pressure and make Dak uncomfortable. Chris Jones going to boot this one out of bounds at the 17. Browns will take over again. 17-17 now after that Nick Chubb touchdown run on the previous drive. So if it were me, I would just start giving the ball to Nick Chubb. Just pound him, pound that Chubb, and try to milk this clock. keep the ball out of Dak and Zeke's hands and get yourself down for another touchdown. There's Nick Chubb to the right side. Great little play. He's going to get 7, maybe 8. He is up close to 100 yards now. Nick Chubb, he's going to get 7. Great play there. Browns using him as effectively as I think they can be. This is the way that this offense hums along, where you pound the rock with Nick Chubb and then you do great little play action passes across the middle and such. Pitch to the right by Chubb. He's got some blockers. He's got the first down, barely. Nice play by Jalen Smith. It looked like that thing was going to be blocked up really well, but Jalen Smith beat his blocker and then got over there to the right. So nice play there by Chubb, but you can see Smith getting through and beating Conklin eventually there at the end to get him to the ground. Baker under center. 2:15 to go. Chubb again. The pitch. This time Jalen Smith sniffs it out again. Bad call. I hate when they run the same play call twice in a row. It's not effective. That's a bad play call by Kevin Stefanski. So 2 pitches to the right in a row. Again, not a fan of that method of play calling. But I don't make the big bucks to coach the team. Baker, they're going to give it to Chubb right side. This time he's got up to the first down, maybe a little bit short. He is now over 100 yards rushing. It is going to be 3rd and 1, but that's a 13-yard gain on 2nd and 14. Nice play by Chubb as he follows Wyatt Teller off that right side and that inside zone run. Nice play there. It's 3rd and 1. Baker in the shotgun from his own 37. He's got time. Great little pickup across the middle. First down, Rashard Higgins. Great play there. Baker now 21 of 27. And that's the 3rd catch for Rashard Higgins, and it's an important one on first down. Again, nice quick slant there in front of a Woozy. And that's a first down for the Browns. So nice to see them kind of spreading the rock around a little bit. And Njoku's got a catch. Peoples-Jones has got a catch. Higgins, Beckham, Hooper, Landry all with catches. Nice play there. Hooper right on cue as he's going to get up for about 7 yards as Baker climbing closer to that 300 passing yard mark, which he has not eclipsed this season. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Browns driving into Cowboys territory now. And we have 15 minutes left. It's a tie ball game. 17-17 up until this point in the season. All of our games have been kind of blowouts. The first 2 against the Browns and then week 3. It was not in doubt for the last 10-15 minutes or so. This one's going to be tied going into the 4th quarter. Play action, Chubb, and he's going to be sacked. Jalen Smith. Wow. Jalen Smith did not bite on the play action at all. 5th sack of the game for the Cowboys as Baker continues to get beat up. Look at Jalen Smith, just nobody blocked him, nobody accounted for him there in that blocking scheme, and he takes Baker to the ground. 3rd and 12 now, back on their own side of the field. Fires left side, it's caught! It's caught by Landry. Great play for a long Browns first down. Baker over 300 yards passing for the first time this season. Look at this strike down the seam over the top of the safety there, Woods. Great play by Baker Mayfield and a better catch by Jarvis Landry, and the Browns back down, starting to drive again. There's Chubb, and he's hit immediately in the hole by Jalen Smith. Great tackle there by Smith. He's up to 7 already in this game. He has had a very good game. Again, great to see that from a player who wasn't sure if he was ever going to play the game again after that devastating injury in that bowl game. And now he's back and he's playing at a high level, so good for him. Plenty of time. He gets out of the way of 1 sack, and he's going to get sacked again. Gerald McCoy missed him the first time, I think, but then Tyrone Crawford comes in to finish him off. So much time, just throw the ball away, Baker. Look at McCoy kind of get him off, and then Wills was just fighting as hard as he could, but Crawford finally got around him for the sixth sack of the game for the Cowboys, and that is not good, folks. Baker on a 3rd and long, gets hit as he throws. It's Chubb. Chubb's got the first down, though, down the left side as he gets past Sean Lee. Great play there That was a third and very long, and they toss the ball out to Chubb, and he gets about 18 yards to the left side. Look at Sean Lee, just cannot stay with him. Chubb turns the corner, gets the first down before he's taken down by Worley there. Great play, Nick Chubb. And Baker got popped as he threw the ball. Good to see he's still okay. Up the middle, Chubb, bang, sit down, he says to Jalen Smith. Great run there by Chubb. He's up to 111 yards. A 5-yard carry down to the 7. So they can get a first down there at the 2. It's not second and goal, it's second and 5. So we will see here how they proceed. Strong I formation. Janovich off to the right side. Chubb follows him. He's down to the 1. He's down to the 2. Nice play. He's down to the 1-yard line. Nick Chubb. And a Browns first down and goal to go from the 1-yard line. Janovich with a great lead block on the outside and Van Der Esch. And then Chubb did the rest to get down to the 1 before he's brought down by Awuzie and company. Oh, a little false start, or was it offside? It looked like Lyden and Van Der Esch jumped. They're going to actually look. The cameraman suggests that it's Treader's fault. We'll find out what they say here. Well, they're not going to say anything other than it's 5 yards back on the Browns, so we're not sure who to get angry with. But now it's first and goal from the 6 instead of first and goal from the 1. That changes up your play call idea here, I think. Chubb up the middle, bang, touchdown, Nick Chubb. He's not going to be denied, and he's in for his second touchdown of the game. Great play, Nick Chubb. Look at Janovich popping into that hole as the fullback. Hooper blocking on the outside. That's a free agent block right there. 2 big offseason free agents. And the Browns take a 23-17 lead. 10:30 to play. Seibert drills the extra point. 24-17. The Browns are back in front. 10:30 to play here in the fourth quarter. Seibert's going to kick the ball away, and he meets toe with Leather. Kicks it down into the end zone. Pollard's just going to take a knee. Nice time for a touchback to not give any undue momentum to this Cowboys offense, who has really not, they've been okay, maybe at best. Zeke has run fairly decently, does have the 1 touchdown run. Dak Prescott, I don't think he's over 100 yards passing. He's been very kind of check down Charlie all day today. They only have 188 yards of total offense. So let's see what happens here. Down now 7, 10:30. He's got to get something going. Right side to Jarwin. Good tackle by Delpit, and then Denzel Ward finishes him up, but Delpit stopped the momentum. Yep, there he is. Dak 83 yards passing only in this game, 10 of 14. It's an average of about 8.4, I would guess, on my math skills per catch. So really not pushing the ball downfield at all. Excuse me. Dak out of the Prescott. Dak out of the Prescott. Dak out of the shotgun. He's going to be tackled over on the right side. They swung it out to Zeke Elliott, and for a no-yard gain, he is swarmed very quickly by 3 aggressive Browns defenders led by Mack Wilson on that defense as he just flew up to that position. He may have been even in coverage on Zeke one-on-one, and he was the first one to get there. So now 3rd and 2, important 3rd down. 3 tight ends in the game. Dak under center. Clock running down towards 9 minutes. There's Zeke. Makes one man miss. Does not make the second man miss. Andrew Sendejo makes up for that whiff take a little bit earlier in the game. And he stops Zeke behind the line of scrimmage for a 1-yard loss. And it's 4th and 3. The Browns defense holds. Cowboys are going to have to punt it away. This is not 4-down territory just yet with this amount of time left and still 3 timeouts. Jones boots the ball down. JoJo Natson takes it. No, he's going to let it go over his head. Oh, that thing dives at the 6-yard line. Great punt by Chris Jones. And now with 8:24, it's time for the Browns to try to salt this one away. I would hand it off to Nick Chubb as many times in a row as it takes until you score a touchdown, or you have to punt or kick a field goal. This would be one of those drives where it ending with a kick of some kind is a good thing. Chubb now right side up the middle, beats his first man, and then he's taken down in the hole by Leighton Vander Esch 127 yards rushing now for Nick Chubb on that 4-yard gain. Jalen Smith again and Leighton Vander Esch meeting him in the hole after he beat the initial line of scrimmage and defensive lineman. Baker delayed handoff to Chubb. He's got a little bit of room, and then he is smacked down very quickly by Jalen Smith. Gerald McCoy also kind of a little bit of a knockover there. 3rd down and 4, 7:33 and counting. Browns need to continue to let this clock run down deep before Baker snaps the ball. That play clock is going down to about 6. He snaps the ball. Fires it deep over the middle. It's caught for a first down. Left side, it was not over the middle, pardon me. Odell Beckham Jr. with his 3rd catch of the game. And it's a big one for a first down to give them some space. Look at that little stop route. Great play there as Xavier Woods couldn't get all the way up in time. He found that little hole in the zone between Sean Lee and Woods. And Baker delivers a strike. Great play there. Now it's back to Chubb. Up the middle. He's got time. He's got room. He's going to get about 7.5, 8 yards directly up the middle. His 27th carry, a $137 and 2 touchdowns. That's the way that this team wins football games, folks. Feed that Nick Chubb. 6:12 and counting now as we're under 6 minutes now with that little accelerated clock maneuver. Baker continuing to let the clock run under 10 seconds before snapping it. Chubb to the left side. I think he might have been out of bounds. I couldn't tell if it was incomplete or if he just got no gain. Regardless, it's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, 5:50. He did unfortunately get out of bounds, so that stops the clock. So 3 tight ends in the game. Beckham all the way spread far right. Mayfield under center. Takes the snap from Treader. Left side. Chubb, first down and more. He's got lots of room. Nick Chubb down. And he smartly stays in bounds. Great play there by Nick Chubb. Up to 157 yards of rushing. Great play off the left edge. Look at Njoku just chip the safety there, or excuse me, the cornerback Lewis just enough for Chubb to have that big gaping hole to the left side. The Browns are into Cowboys territory, and they're doing a great job now at salting this game away. Quick pass out to the right side. Great pitch and catch. There's Landry, and he's going to be taken down. Looked like maybe a face mask, but no flag. Look at there, Baker Mayfield. He's up to 344 yards passing. Jarvis Landry with his 10th catch. What a game for Landry today here in Dallas, playing by far his best football of the season. Mayfield under center. Gives it to Chubb up the middle. He's going to get the first down and more, and then he's going to be taken down by Gerald McCoy, amongst others. 29 carries, $161. That is the recipe for success here. Nice play there by Nick Chubb. He gets another first down. This is the perfect offense to salt right now. They are doing a great job at salting this thing away. And he's going to be sacked. He fumbles the football. Picked up by Conklin. Oh, gosh. The Browns tried to turn it over again. DeMarcus Lawrence with his 4th sack of the game. The ball was stripped. And luckily, Jack Conklin, who had just gotten beat, was laying on the ground right there and picked up the ball very wisely. Otherwise, that might have been another scoop and score, which would have been disastrous. 2nd and 15 now. They give the ball to Chubb. Inside zone run. He gets a few yards of that big sack back. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Nice tackle again by Jalen Smith. Clock continuing to run. They will have to snap it again before the 2-minute warning, but they are certainly not in a hurry to do so. 3rd and 10. Mayfield from the shotgun. He's got it. He's going to pass the ball. Lawrence again. He sacks him again. DeMarcus Lawrence with his 5th sack of the game. Conklin got beat again. Holy moly. That cannot happen. DeMarcus Lawrence with his 5th sack. 2 different teams with a guy that had 5 sacks. This Browns offensive line, specifically that right side, is getting beat up a lot. Look at Conklin, just cannot contain him. And he goes down, and that pushes him back all the way to the 42. So this would be like a 59-yard field goal, and they're just going to punt. So those 2 sacks on that drive by Lawrence are the reason that they are punting the football. And not a great punt for Gillen as he coffin corners it, but it goes out at the 17. They wanted that thing a little bit underneath. So Dak Prescott's going to have a chance to come out and win this game or tie this game. Let's see what they can do on offense. Browns need to have their defense win this game for them now. Just get a stop, and then you can probably salt the rest of it away. 3 tight ends in the game. Dak back to pass. Right side, incomplete over the head of Dalton Schultz there, the tight end. 2nd and 10. There's a look at Dak. He has not done very much today. Yeah, we see you, Miles. Come on. Get a sack, Miles. Get something. Get some pressure. Have not seen it all day. Haven't seen it all season. Myles Garrett has 0 sacks on the year. Ugh. Back to pass. Left side, it's Zeke out of the backfield. He's going to be tackled right away by Grant Delpit. Good job there, keeping him in bounds. 3rd and 9. Zeke's 4th catch of the day, and the Cowboys will call timeout. Make sure that they've dialed up the right play here on 3rd and 9. Huge play. Good look at Zeke there. That's a talented young man. Still mad that Meyer refused to give him the ball in that Michigan State game in 15. Gosh. I was there. Was working the sideline, recording the band. Made me so mad. Anyway, Prescott back to pass. Plenty of time. He's actually going to go down. This time he's going to get sacked. It's Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, welcome to the stat category. Getting your first sack of the season, and it couldn't have come at a better time. 4th and 13 now. Cowboys called timeout, and they're going to be forced to go for it on 4th and 13. Down 7 points. 1 minute and 33 seconds left in the game. Huge sack there by Myles Garrett. I'm glad I jinxed him into getting a sack there. Prescott with time. He rolls up. He's going to run for it. Prescott! He slides down. He's short of the first down, though. Dumb to play by Prescott, and that's it. Turnover on downs. Browns have the ball, 1:27, and they, pending some sort of horrible thing, are going to win this game and go to 2-2 on the season. What a great job by that defense there, and what a huge play by Myles Garrett, who has been much more involved in this game, to get that sack, to ice this game. Chubb up the middle. Just hold on to that ball, Nicky. Cowboys call their final timeout. I think it's going to be a little too much too late. The Browns can just hand it off up the middle or kneel here with 1:22. Let's get out of Dodge here. Get out of Dallas with the win. Even up this season record, 2 wins and 2 losses. Headed back home for a date with the Indianapolis Colts and their new quarterback, Phillip Rivers, next week. Baker out of the shotgun. For some reason, they're passing the football, and it's knocked down. What are you doing? Gosh, what do you just hand the ball off or take a knee? That's a free timeout. Stupid play call. I'm worried about Kevin Stefanski's mind sometimes. What is he calling these pass plays for when all he needs to do is hand the football off?
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Minute 19. They give the ball to Chubb. And Chubb thankfully saves us. Great run by Chubb. He's up to 183 yards now in the game. Great play by Nick Chubb to get that clock moving again. And now it's a 1st and goal from the 5. And let's see if Stefanski wants to be a jerk and run that ball in, get some more points. Nope. Looks like the victory formation is out. Browns will take a knee here. And that's going to do it as he takes the knee, and that's going to be it. Clock cannot stop again, or there will not have to be forced to snap the ball again. So that's going to do it. The Browns come down to Dallas, Texas. Beautiful afternoon down here for this kick, and great. They're going to actually kneel again, maybe. They don't have to, but they're in the formation. And 000s, and that's it. The Browns win 24-17. getting their second win of the season. That's 2 back-to-back. Going back home to try to get that 3-game winning streak going against the Colts next week. Great overall play. Nick Chubb is your player of the game. Absolutely 183 yards, 2 touchdowns, as he was a rock today. Just give him the ball and let him go to work. Nice game for Nick Chubb. There's the scoring summary. Browns very consistent. Had touchdowns, one early, that pass to Jarvis Landry, who was great today with 10 catches. And then Nick Chubb with a third and a fourth quarter rushing touchdown. So great play overall. Nice job today for the Browns in Dallas. And I'll show you the stat videos here in a moment. There's the team stats for the post game today. Didn't have to be flashy, but that 182 yards rushing, huge thing today, despite the 2 turnovers and 14 points off those turnovers for the Cowboys. So if the Browns had been able to not turn the ball over, this may have been a blowout. So they kept them in the game, literally with points. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, it is a win, and that's what's most important. So we are going to roll the stat video now, then I'll show you the screenshots of the individual stats, and that'll do it for me here. Nagy on Sports, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my subscribers. Thanks for all the fun comments. I'm trying to get back to each of you on those. We've had some interesting requests that I might try for Week 5. So the Browns again win here today, 24-17, 2-2, and we are headed back home for the Indianapolis Colts. We'll see you then next week. Until then, this is Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports. Go Browns!